Hey, Dental Nacho's crew. It is Paul, Dr. Nacho here with a special celebrity guest, Joshua Scott of Studio 88. He is the only person who has as cool as sneakers as my own brother. So yeah, you can show. Oh, it's a lot of stretching, Josh. That's okay.
It's a really awkward stretch angle.
Nice. Yeah. So we're going to talk about tomorrow at our dental practice, Pennington Dental Associates. Joshua and his team are going to come and do a story-based website. I just wanted to ask you a few questions about it, Josh, the process. But before we get started, I got our first website out of a box back in 2005.
Yeah.
Practice didn't have one. My dad and his partner were awesome. It was our first website. We've gone through different, evolutions. We're excited to do this with you guys. But what is a story-based website?
Man, we are so excited to work with you guys on this tomorrow. And the office is amazing.
Oh, thanks.
So much fun, guys. We're down here in downtown
Nacho
Philly.
headquarters, yeah.
Yeah, the Nacho headquarters. I mean, the welcome mat when you walk in, kind of knew right where we're going. But so for us, a story site is really a term that we've coined of our process of really building something that's unique to you. It's story-based marketing, right? Yeah. Stories. There was a fact that came out from Stanford's Michelle Kleiman Institute for Gender Studies that said stories are remembered 22 times more than facts or statistics. So, dude, if I was sitting here, if we were live, and I was like, I can 7x your Google ads right now, people will be flipping out. Like get a pen and pen, right now. If I came out and said I can 13x your SEO, here's a tip, people would lose their minds.
Yeah.
I mean, I could probably do a conference around that, 13x your SEO. And over the last 2 decades of being around marketing, I can tell you, the biggest return on investment I've seen from marketing is really around this story-based concept of, it's what's unique to you, man. It's connecting with humans on the other end.
And I think, it's such a good point, and that's what you want to bring to life. I would say BTL yourself, whether you're looking for a job as an associate, whether you're looking to hire someone in your practice. I think sometimes we get into boring details thinking that helps people make decisions, but it really more helps them tune out. And it's, we do a lot of dental implants in our practice. And I say, I had a grandmother just like you who wanted to go to their granddaughter's recital and eat food just like you. And implants helped her do that. Instead of saying implants are 92% successful most of the time.
Yeah, I talk about this. It's in dentistry, we've been really good on the what side of things, right? We put teeth in the logos, the whole, just put dentist on the sign, right? So people know you're a dentist. We haven't been as good on the why. Yeah. Why here? Why this city? Why practice dentistry? Why this philosophy of approach to care? So I think it's kind of pulling that back over, because even that conversation, why implants? So you can eat like this.
Yeah. So it's really sharing the emotional impact of what this thing is going to do for you, whether it's implants, whether it's investing in your website. Tell me a little bit. So tomorrow you're going to come to our practice. I do like to tell the story of my failed dreams, which is playing in the NBA, Josh.
Yeah.
And I find the best way to palm a basketball is make it child-sized basketball. But since I didn't make it in the NBA, when you grow to this size, you got to get new dreams. People say you can do anything, but then sometimes you're this size, you got to get new dreams. What is going to happen? I'd love for our Nacho audience to know. You're going to come to Pennington Dental Associates with your awesome team. Yeah. Do you have to be a video star to be part of this? Do you have to have thought up funny jokes for this? Tell us about what happens on site.
Yeah. First off, probably the biggest pushback I get is people tell me, Josh, I saw what you did with so-and-so. And even what's going to happen is they're going to be like, I saw what you did with Paul and with his practice. I'm not Dr. Nacho, right? So great story, get that. But what about a normal person? I'm basic. I hear that all the time. And some of it is I encourage people, when you're in the micro day to day, it's actually really hard to see what's unique. Right. And I think even you, we're going to go in tomorrow and capture some stuff, and my team's going to do their magic. We're going to come back with something.
That's awesome.
And I hope you guys are like, whoa, that is us. Right. That is us.
And that's what you're, just like you do with your company, but dental offices work so hard to run their dental circus. Circus. Where the animals don't try to eat you, just slowly annoy you to death. Yeah. But it is so hard to go in there and do full contact arts and crafts. Yeah. But if you work in a dental office, there's some things you love. You love helping patients. Yep. You love making things happen. And I think when people can capture that from the outside, you do sometimes think what you do is no big deal, but it's really magic.
And that's the beauty of bringing somebody in from the outside, is we're looking at it from a bigger picture. And you'll say something and we're like, oh, that right there, that's unique. Yeah. Not everybody says that. So tell me more about that. And hopefully when we're done, it's no, this is a great story. Yeah. And there's something here. And so that's really what we're trying to do. And man, on the other side of it is dude, humans, that's what we connect with, right? We know that. And I tell this story. I'm last summer, or no, last year I had a plumber come to my house to do something, and he gives me his card, and his card had like he goes, oh, I also do pressure washing of homes, and so his card, it was like plumbing and all the services, but then it was like also pressure washing, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And so somewhere along the line, he felt like adding services was his marketing advantage, right? And how many times in dentistry have we done that? Where it's like, well, I add this, and Josh, we put Botox on it, and we just add the what, and the first person that kind of stands up and goes, but here's why. It cuts through all that and actually connects on an emotional level.
I like that. We'll wrap up in a few minutes, but I want to ask you this. So I do Dentist Job Connect, one of these things back here. And I always say there's 3 clients for Dentist Job Connect. I'm really stressed
so
out.
Taller than I am.
But yeah, well, I'm just, you're not in real life. Just, sorry, I mean, I do that.
There we go. Wait.
We'll get on the same page. You're in real life, you're taller than me, so you got to make it as perfect, like perched up there, like a Nacho bird. I like that.
Yeah. Sorry, you're asking a serious question.
No, I say there's 3 customers that come to Dentist Job Connect: a stressed out solo practice owner who wants an associate to help, a group like my brother and I looking to grow, or like a giant corporate group. Now, what I think is, and I mean, I've been around for a while doing this. I think, I'll hire Studio 88 if I do a startup. I'll hire Studio 88 if I'm going to do something new. But why is it valuable? I can share why for like a medium-age dentist like me to do a website, or even maybe a seasoned-age dentist. Like, where is the value of this story-based website? Where does it help them even beyond new patients?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. First, so I answer this in 2 parts. One is this whole websites have evolved even since COVID. I mean, we're into like websites 3.0, 4.0, like whatever it is, but it's really more of a web experience now.
Yeah.
And even like this whole thing of probably the biggest trend is integrating these apps like scheduling, new patient forms, chat. Post-COVID, it's like convenience, right? People want to DoorDash their food. They want to like make an appointment and pay their bills online through your website. So it's less of this information and it's more about this web experience of your practice and integrating with that. Second, man, people say like, well, if I do this website, what can I expect from new patients? And I love when people tell me like, Josh, I just need butts in the chair. So like, what's this website going to do to get butts in the chair? And I understand wanting the return on the investment. It's also a short-sighted way to look at marketing. And what I tell them is I was like, the first patient that comes in that says, I chose you, like I've got some complex care. I chose you because of what you said on the website here. And now you're at like $20,000, $30,000 case. Like you're going to see that multiple times over. So it's not just about getting new patients in. It's about aligning values, increasing trust.
It creates a trust factor. But the thing that I'm thinking about to add to that, those are both goods, is it really showcases you to potential team members, because losing team members, lack of team members, has caused dentists to cry inside and probably outside. So when you interview someone or have an ad out and they can go and look at Pennington Dental Center and see our story, that hygienist says, oh, I get what they're doing there. That dental assistant does that. So I think that this added bonus, which might be this positive unintended consequence of the whole thing, but to the dentist, I'm sure you've been in offices, and it's very hard to round out a full dental team right now. So.
Dude, I think so. Marketing right now for me, in most practices, it's a matter of capacity. Like if you can just create capacity, the practice can grow. But then it's staff too, right? So a lot of like our long-term clients, like these are the issues we're dealing with. It's not even about getting new patients in the door. And so I was just on the phone this week with a practice that she started with us because it was like, I need to be able to recruit better. I need, like, it's so competitive. So now everybody's like, all things being equal, somebody might choose another practice over money. Like they might, but people want a reason to go work somewhere. They want a culture, they want a why, they want a story. And so right now, like, marketing, it may not be about getting new patients butts in the chair. It might be about getting team members there so that you can create capacity so you can keep growing.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good point. I was doing a consultation with an owner who wanted to hire an associate. I said, but who's going to work with the associate? I said, good point. I need an assistant. I need a front desk. So everything you guys do is great. I would put up on the screen here, you and your Joanna and your whole team are amazing. If you text studio to this number to just find out, I can say JFO, just find out. So just like with me with implants, I don't meet someone and then the next day do 10 implants on it. Tell us about your process. Do you just chat with people, find out about them, see if it's the right fit? If people reach out to you guys, how does that work?
Yeah, I'm like, honestly, that first initial call called a discovery call. And me, whether it's me or Mike or one on our team, we are just going to give you good, solid advice. Like if I were you as a marketing professional, here's what I would do, right? If you want to work with us, great. If you want to go back to your website company and say, hey, let's do some of these things, go for it. But we're all about, at the end of the day, I want to make dentistry a better place.
Yes, awesome.
And so we're just going to try to help. and if you feel like you trust us at the end of it and got some good advice, then let's talk about it.
I love that. Well, we're going to do a very on-brand thing and go have nachos and margaritas, but so glad to have you here and your awesome team. Really, thanks. Check out what they do at Studio A8. They're transforming the dental industry in an awesome way. They're helping you share your story. Text Studio to 215-543-6454 to learn more.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome, Josh. Cool.